Greetings, President-elect, leaders, and my fellow Rotarians. How are you all today? And myself, Raj Malambram, and this is my climbing partner for today, incoming Assistant Governor Shirley Ho. Yesterday, we heard our incoming governor who shared with us the vision for Rotary year 21-22. So, do you remember the vision? Dream big, grow more, do more, serve to change lives. And we also heard an inspiring speech from our Rotary International incoming President Shekhar Mehta, who spoke about goals, achieving goals. And it was very inspiring to hear him talk about football. You know, many of us like football. And he said 20 men chase the ball, dribble the ball, and their goal is to reach the goal and to score the goal. So what's our goal for membership in 2021-22? That's what we're going to share with you today. All right? So Shirley, please introduce the first goal.
Yes. The first goal is to have 2 new clubs for the term. Now, 2 new clubs in the whole of our district is definitely achievable. Don't you agree with me? And when I tell you, especially on the type of clubs and the options that you have, in terms of the type of clubs that you can build, getting 2 new clubs is actually very, very easy. Now, the first type is what all of us, most of us at least know, which is the traditional clubs. Now, in a traditional club, like most of our clubs, we have a board of directors, we have our bylaws and constitutions, we meet regularly, and also it requires a minimum of 25 members to form such a club. Now, if that is too difficult to do, we have other options to be considered. Now, the other option, and the one that works very well in our current term, is satellite clubs. Now, satellite clubs only require minimum 8 members to form a club. And satellite clubs are more flexible in terms of the meeting timings and also where they meet. And also the good thing about satellite clubs is you don't need to be registered in ROS yet until they come to a level where they can then be a full-fledged club. Now, in our district, in this current term itself, we have already formed 6 satellite clubs, and that has contributed significantly to the membership growth in our district. So yeah, that's an option for you to consider. Now, if you don't want satellite clubs, we have even what we call a cause-based clubs. Now, if you know a group of people who share a common cause, a very good example would be the Rotary Club of Raman Putra. They came together because all of them share one common cause, which is badminton. And they use that common cause to serve back to the community. And they're doing very well. They have more than 40 members right now and growing. If cause-based club is not an option to consider, you have alumni-based clubs. Now, if you know of ex-participants of our RILA programs, our Rotary Foundation programs, gather them together because they're all like-minded. They were together once in our programs. Bring them together and form a club. Knowing that they all share a common interest, then they're able to use that as a platform to use it back to give it back to Rotary and also to serve the community. And if that is even not an option, we even have the e-clubs. Now, e-clubs, primarily, they meet online. This is so suitable, especially when you have people who are traveling very often. They are here and there and everywhere. Or even if you have members who are based not where you would, in your locality, this is a very good option to consider. Now, when you have such choices there, really, 2 new clubs, I think you can go more than 2 new clubs. Don't you agree with me, Raj?
I agree with that. We did it this year, this Rotary year, with 4 traditional clubs and 6 satellite clubs. Yeah? And with the additional ideas that Shirley gave on the e-clubs, which is a new norm now, everything is e. So why not? Especially for the youngsters. You know, Rotary, we are giving them a platform online to come and form a club and benefit from the membership. And the other will be the alumni, ex-Rotractors, ex-Rairarians, all right? So it's a good opportunity. Yes, 2 is achievable, all right? But let's not stop with 2, yeah? Let's not stop with 2. 2 is the minimum goal, yeah? So let's look at the next one.
The next one is a net gain of 200 plus members. Now, how do we achieve net gain of 200 plus members? Don't you agree with me? When we have increased membership, that will position your club to do more effective service project. All of us know that, right? And that's why there's that saying, new broom sweeps clean. Now, I'm not saying we don't need the old brooms, all right, because we definitely need them still. But when you have new members, they bring in that fresh bread, they give us that new ideas, they give you that different perspective to doing things. And that's why we need that, all right? And yes, I'm not saying that bringing in or attracting new members is easy, but what I'm saying is it will be definitely worth your effort. Why? Because the benefits are just tremendous. I can just quote you 2 benefits, all right? The first one is it's going to ease the burden of your current members. I mean, seeing the same old faces at every project and every activity of the club can be quite strenuous. Don't you agree with me? Now, when you start seeing new faces, when you start seeing younger members, especially in clubs where the members are more senior, or when you see more women, that just brings that excitement back to the club. Not only in terms of the type of projects that they'll be doing, but it just rejuvenates the whole spirit in the club. Secondly, when you have increased membership, you are able to form subcommittees. Now, when you have subcommittees or smaller teams within the club is then able to be more focused in what they want to do or in trying to achieve their goals. It's very important that at the end of the day, every member who comes to your club, you're able to match their talent to where it really matters. And you can only do that when you have an increased membership and you are able to be more focused through subcommittees in the club. Don't you agree with me, Raj?
Well, I agree. New members bring fresh ideas, fresh resources, and fresh network, right? But you're going to get a lot of calls from seniors for mentioning that word, yeah? And also, I'd like to remind PEs, yesterday, incoming Governor Bindi also mentioned that her goal is each club to have 2 new members, plus 2, yeah? That's a minimum requirement that she's giving you, minimum 2, irrespective of your club size. I think that's fantastic, achievable. All right, so I'll share with you the next 2 goals, but before I share the next 2 goals, I would like to ask you a question, all right? We love television. All of us have television at home, all right? The bigger it is, the better for us, right? And a television, the purpose of the television is not met when it's empty. A television needs channels, and the channel needs programs to keep you engaged with the purpose of purchasing the television. It's similar for a Rotary Club, all right? The channels are your members, all right? The more channels, the more members you got, the more exciting it is. And the programs in the television are the activities that you do in your Rotary Club, whether it's a meeting, whether it's a fellowship, or any activity or events. All right, so that's very important. Why I said that? Because the next goal is to strengthen our engagement. When I speak about engagement, it's more on meeting attendance, right? Participation, giving ideas, coming forward. All right, yesterday we heard the 5 presidents in the panel speaking about the amount of projects they have done, the meetings they have changed, the format. All right, but that's all those ideas, we can only implement it when the members come forward. For them to come forward, to commit, to engage is when we change ourselves. We heard about adaptability earlier. We have to adapt. We have to adapt to the new change, the new norm. All right, Rotary can adapt. And the next one, which related, is retention. For the past many years, we have a big problem that called the leaking bucket, where we add members and there's a leakage at the bottom where you add 4, 2 leaves. You add 3, 5 leaves. All right? So we have to look into the retention. Why are they leaving? All right? Many clubs, different reasons. All right, like one solution don't fit all club. So I can't really tell you this is what you got to do. All right, we got to analyze your club. You got to do the health check. You have to find out why are they leaving. Do an exit interview, or when they come in, do a expectation interview. All right, why do you join Rotary? What do you expect from Rotary? All right, so as a president, you need to understand your members' needs and the members' interests. When we understand why they join Rotary, what are they expecting from Rotary, that's when we can sit and plan. All right, so our Rotary purpose is not only for helping the community. We also need to understand our members, help our members to fulfill their interests. Shirley, agree?
Agree.
Yes, good. But you got to say something. Don't just say agree. All right, so we have seen the goals and we got one big idea. All right, one very big idea. You know what is that? Shirley, do you know what is it?
Of course I know.
Why are you saying yes to everything?
I have to. I have no choice.
The one big idea here is each one bring one. I know, Shekhar Mehta's vision, yeah? Our RI President's vision, our District Governor's vision. This is also should be your vision, your goal. Each one bring one. Each one bring a friend. Each one bring a neighbor. Each one bring a cousin. All right? As long as you bring one. Easy said, right? Easy said, yeah?
Always.
That's what they are saying, oh, Raj, easy said. Yeah, each one bring one. You got 365 days. Yeah, one day I can bring one, yeah? It's possible. But before we say it's possible, we got to plan ourselves. All right, we got to be ready to bring one. So how do we do that, Shirley?
Well, the first approach naturally is in education and promotion of Rotary membership, purpose and benefits. It's very important that we need to focus on educating our members first about the purpose and benefits of Rotary. Now, if our own members do not have the pride in Rotary, yesterday we heard about pride of workmanship. Today, I'm telling you, each Rotarian need to have the pride of Rotaryship in them. If you don't have that in them, then how are you going to go out there, attract and bring one to your club? All right, so it starts first with the pride of Rotaryship in each Rotarian. How do we do that? We need to educate our members. There are various ways in which we can do that, which we are going to help you because like what Raj said, there's no one solution for every club. So we're going to give you a couple of solutions and then you take the one that best fits your club's culture and demographics. And of course, when I talk about purpose, what is the purpose and benefit of Rotary? Remember what Alvin spoke yesterday about purpose? He said, you need to understand the why. That is so important. So once you know what is your why, then the how and the what comes into being. Of course, the how is when you explain to a new prospect is join Rotary. That's how. And what would be your goals? And it should be one of the goals that every club should be striving is increase club membership. That should be the goal moving forward for every club, regardless whether you're 100 PAX members or if you're a 10 PAX member club. That should be one of your primary goals. That is the purpose here. When we talk about benefits, what do a Rotarian gain from joining Rotary? What do you gain from joining Rotary? There's so many. If you remember the iceberg picture, what you see on top is just so few, but what's underneath is like so much more which we can't measure. Things like the kind of friendship and bonding that we'll have with so many Rotarians, not only within our district, but even internationally. I'm talking about the learning skills that you will gain from Rotary, the leadership skills that you gain just by taking part in our projects, in the roles that you partake in the club. I'm also looking at the positive values, the self-development that you get as a Rotarian, which you probably would not find out there. And then we look at the international connections, of course. Rotary is an international organization. So, of course, we'll get connected with all the other Rotary clubs, around the world, and it expands our connections. And not to mention, of course, even the business networking that happens within Rotary itself. So, it has to be a win-win situation here. So every Rotarian need to understand that, when you know that, that's when you are able to share that with the public out there, be it your family member, be it your cousin, as what Raj said, or even your friend out there. You must be exuding the Rotary pride out of you, and that is that attraction factor that would want them to turn around to you and tell you, what does it take for me to join Rotary? That's what you should be hearing from each and every person that you meet out there. Don't you agree with me, Raj?
Yeah. Now they think we have planned this, don't you think? Yes, we did, yeah. But yeah, you nailed it, yeah. Education is and promotion is very, very important, all right? There's a saying that it's easy to induct a new member, but it's tough to retain the member. That is very true, right? So we join Rotary, we have many plans, we have many whys, but along the way, it fades away. Or we forget about the purpose, why? Alright, so this education is internally first. We want to educate and promote this Rotary purpose and your Rotary benefits to our members first. Once they accept and they agree, then it's easy for them to go out there, tell another person, why did I join Rotary? And these are the benefits I achieved from Rotary. I developed myself, I improved my career, I improved my business. And it helped my family life too. My wife stops yelling at me. She stops beating me up because I've matured. Thank you to Rotary. Yeah, many benefits. Yeah, many benefits. You are right, Shelley. You are right. All right, the next. To support each one, bring one, we would like to celebrate and recognize every new induction and every new member sponsorship. You heard Shekhar Mehta saying yesterday that he will personally welcome every new member. I assume he'll send an email. But our incoming district governor, Dr. Bindi, she said she will call the new member to welcome the new member. But ask yourself, if the district governor calls you and welcomes you to Rotary, how would you feel? All right? It's a great, inspiring opening or first step into Rotary. We want to create that. We want to create a blast in yourself. We want you to feel floating and flying on your first day in Rotary. The district governor welcomes you. The induction is grand. There you go. Right? And every members who sponsor a new member, we would like to be present at your club meeting and present a certificate. Recognize that effort. Whether it's easy or it was tough, doesn't matter. We want to recognize your effort, your support to us to bring a new member to Rotary. Right? Is that good? Yeah?
I'm not going to say yes, but yes, it's good.
You should. All right. So now, president-elects. All right? Presidents-elects. We can't do this alone. The membership committee can't do this alone. The district governor can't do on her own. We need you. We need one thing from you. Right? Now, focus. We need one thing from you. Right? Are they looking at me? Yeah, one thing from you. Right? All we need from you is this. Belief. We need you to believe first. You need to believe that you can bring that one member. And you need to believe that you can make or convince or inspire or motivate your club members each to bring one member. You need to believe that you can grow your club, that +2 net gain. You need to believe that. You need to believe that when your club grows, it benefits the members and the community. You need to believe that when your club grows, you can do bigger project and you can dream big. So you got to believe. If you don't believe, we can't do this. We are doing this for you. As the leader of the club, the belief comes from you first. So, you know what you're thinking now? Okay, Raj, I believe you. I believe you. What is it in it for me or my club? Is that wrong for them to think? No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. All right? There should be something for you to believe and to do something, right? Right? It should be strong. All right? So what is it? What's the benefit to my club?
No, but then Raj, yes, I think most of us and even the president-elects out there, we believe you.
Yeah.
All right. But then the pertaining question that's in our head right now is how do we go back and convince our club members to also believe in this
Yeah, that's-
one great idea?
That's a good question. Yeah, good question. That's the other thing they're thinking, right? Yeah. So let me tell you, this is what you can tell your members, right? This is what you can tell yourself and tell your members. How it benefits the bigger membership. How does it benefit the club? Develop strength of your members and Rotary interests, right? It does. Because Shirley listed down the benefits earlier from leadership, learning leadership skills, business networking, attaining positive values, having friendship, and international connection. Right? It develops, it strengthens members' development. That's one. All right. Second, it makes your club attractive. Don't you want guests to line up at your club? And don't you want to give them number to say, come this week, you come next week? All right. That should be our long-term vision, to make our club attractive online and also in person. We want guests to send us email. I would like to know about you. All right, we want them to send a Facebook message. Your project is fantastic. I'd like to know more about this. So how do we do that? We have to make our club attractive. Then we build bigger resource pool for our club. When I talk about resource pool, it's about more ideas. You got a big resource of ideas for projects where you can do many projects. You heard the president, 2 presidents mentioned yesterday. One president mentioned she did 50 projects in 5 months. Another president mentioned her target is 70 projects the whole year. How can we do that? When we have bigger pool. More members bring more ideas. More members bring more hands. More members bring more funds. All right, so growing the club is very, very important. As I said, you can help more people. When you do bigger projects, when you do more projects, you help more people. You build more communities. Isn't that why we are in Rotary?
Exactly.
To help people, to build community, to develop ourselves. Are these benefits attractive for you, Shirley?
I think this itself will be a good basis, at least, I think, for our president-elects to go back and to convince our club members. You know,
the reason I asked Shirley, because she's the incoming governor. She got 5 presidents looking up to her. Oh, future incoming governor. Sorry. Incoming assistant governor, Shirley. She got 5 presidents under her. And she needs to make them believe so that they can bring the belief to the members. Yeah. So, having heard of all this, we understand the goal. We believe you, Raj. We believe you, Shirley. What's the plan? What's the plan? Right? Are you asking that? What's the plan? What's the plan, Shirley?
What's the plan?
What's the plan?
We have to tell them.
Right? The plan is to see you in DTA.
Yes.
And we will tell you what's the plan. All right? So thank you very much. All right? We'll see you in DTA. Yeah? DTA.